Hi everyone! So during the last few years I have been painting and drawing like crazy, but I was never really using my sketchbooks properly. I wasn't very regular with them and I didn't have a habit of sketching at a nice schedule. Lately I've decided to change that. I've committed to sketching more, and even if it is not daily, it is now weekly. I have committed to using at least one sheet or 2 pages of my sketchbook every single week. It didn't take long to start realizing a few changes in my perspective about sketchbooks and finished pieces versus sketches and studies, and I wanted to share them with you in this video. In the meantime, you can watch me create this sketch of this beautiful lady, which was a practice portrait for my fantasy portraits that I create in oils and watercolors. The first big realization that hit me pretty hard was that I don't really know much, and there is so much more I need to learn in order to become a better artist. Creating only finished pieces and rendering everything again and again was hiding this weakness from me, to be honest. The habit of my regular sketching first of all taught me humility. I realized that there is an infinite amount of things that I still have to learn and improve on, and I need to practice very, very often in order to achieve that. I'm now more committed than before to keep practicing, keep sketching, and keep doing small studies of everything I want to paint in order for my paintings to become better and for me to improve as an artist. Once I got past that first shock, I decided that the best way to learn is through experimentation. And I guess you already know that I tend to experiment a lot even in my finished pieces, but now I didn't have any shame, limits, and I could infinitely try new ideas in my sketchbook without ever having to show anyone. The freedom of being able to try anything and everything at any given time without any commitment to share it with the rest of the world is truly amazing. It becomes a fearless experimentation, an ability to try any crazy idea that comes to mind, and if it doesn't work, who cares? That's really the best way to learn, if you ask me. With all of that experimentation and attempts to try new things, the third big benefit came along. I was slowly building a library of ideas for future paintings. It was actually the best inspiration I've ever had for anything I wanted to create in the future. I was always finishing one painting and trying to figure out what I wanted to paint next. But now I have like 5, 10 ideas queued up and I'm just starting out. I can't imagine how it must be to have a full sketchbook of studies and portraits and experiments to get ideas from when you want to create a new finished piece. What better inspiration source than that? And then my fourth realization was that when I was using these sketches to create finished paintings, and I was taking the extra time to do the studies and sketch again and again the same subject and change things around and try the composition differently, the color composition, my paintings actually became better, more complete. I knew what I wanted to do from the beginning of the painting. I wasn't looking around in the dark while painting to figure out what to do next within the painting. My ideas were more completed from the beginning of the painting, and everything looked so much better in the end just because of that. In the past, I couldn't understand how studies can help. They looked like a waste of time to me, honestly, and now I realized how wrong was I. How all these studies and little sketches and color studies really help to bring the finished piece to the next level. Speaking about waste of time, I used to think that there is no time for sketching. If I want to be present on social media and have something to share and keep producing work and paintings and new things that are for sale and make prints of, I really don't have time to sketch. That commitment to sketch weekly proved to me how wrong was I once more. Once it was in my schedule, I made time for sketching. I realized that I could have the extra time to sketch for a few hours per week without really sacrificing anything else, really. It's funny how often we think we don't have time for some things, but in reality it's just a matter of priorities. what you want to do with your time at any given moment. And honestly, just because my sketches and studies prepare me so well for the finished paintings, the paintings actually take me less to complete. So I save time from that and put it into sketching and experimenting. As for the idea that I wouldn't have something to show on social media if I was spending time sketching, that was wrong too. I do start every single sketch with a commitment that I don't have to show it to anyone, so that I can be free to create anything I want. But sometimes the sketches look pretty cool and I can share them on social media. And now I actually have more to share instead of less. Last but not least, when I feel stuck and I'm not really in the mood to stay put and create something really good, it really helps me get back on track. Starting on my sketchbook without any commitment, any fear or limits really gives me the motivation to keep going afterwards. When I'm stuck like that, the idea of working with expensive materials and really committing to create something finished, good looking and beautiful, it's scary. If I just pick up my sketchbook and start there, it's so much easier to get back on track. If you are like I used to be and you don't sketch as much, I would really encourage you to commit to a schedule for sketching for a couple of months at least to see if it works for you the same way it works for me. I really think it would help you to see art and sketches and studies through a very different perspective, and it's worth your time. Even if you don't like it after a couple of months, you definitely have nothing to lose by creating a few sketches. It doesn't even have to be a sketchbook. You don't have to go out and buy something if you don't feel like it. You can just use plain paper and a graphite pencil to start and see if it works for you. See how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about sketching. Do you sketch regularly? Do you never sketch? And why you feel that way? If you liked this video, please leave it a thumbs up before you go, and remember to subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this in the future. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, be safe, be happy, and keep going for your dreams. Bye.